Okay, here we go. Got my beverage of choice here, Yangling Lager. Comes from the oldest brewery in North America. It's a damn good beer. So anyway, I got this thing set up and getting ready to run it. I got to pan out some of the concentrates from earlier. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's see what happens. Pan out the tailings first, so I can get this stuff out of the pan. It'll take me about a minute. Just a little bit of black sand got into that from that heavier stuff. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I got. Now, there could be gold in what I cleaned out of that. I'll pan that out and let you know about it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start this thing up. And the beeping is the sound of my power source. I did have my brush down here, but I don't see it now. I'm going to check right up here at the top of the steps real quick. Alright, I'm not seeing my brush anywhere, so I'll have to try to do this with my hand. It'll work, not as well. Just go ahead and try to get the air bubbles out of these ripples. I'll give you an idea how it's running. It's running slow. I want it to run slow. Last time I used this to run black sands, I was able to clean the black sands right out of this stuff and keep it going. So here's my Uhwarrie concentrates. I go ahead and stick a spoon of it in there and see how the moldy sluice is taking it. Maybe 2 spoons. Come around here and I'll show you what it looks like in the sluice. There we go. This place is getting cramped with all this prospecting and mining gear. Got dredge hoses behind me. There's a small high banker and a piglet over there. Small banker, high banker I'm working on. Going to be setting that blue bowl up here soon to finish cleaning this stuff out after I'm done reducing everything to -60 mesh. And you might not have seen that when I started, but it was all showing that yellow sand, and now you can see the yellow sand blacking out or washing out, and the black sands filling up the ripples. And then with this Washington Mining speed control, that makes this thing an awesome recovery unit. So, I want to give a shout out to Herb at Modern Day Off Gridders. He come down there to North Carolina, finally hooked up with us all, and was very, very helpful, very community oriented. He's a great guy. Give a shout out to Benzo Bonanza, of course. Benzo is awesome. Benzo is a prospector, and him and his dad and JP and those guys, they represent the true nature of Southern hospitality. So anyway, this thing looks like it's doing real good right now, so I don't think I want to change anything. I decreased the pitch a little bit before I started to run this, and now we're going to start running it. About a spoonful at a time. Watching this thing clean that float sand out of there is incredible. When you look in there and all you see is the black sands left. So this is always a good sleeve. So you're looking at that Washington Beach Mining speed control of that bilge pump makes it an incredible machine. You can actually stand here and watch this clean out. Really does an incredible job. I'm looking there, the blonde stuff's washing out and the black sand's staying behind. I expect I'll be seeing gold up here at the top any time now. So there's not all that much gold in it, but there's some, so give it a few minutes each time. And I talk about the people I like to watch and the things I like to do. You know I like to prospect. I was planning on going to Alaska the last week of July and the first week of September. But now I'm thinking about I might just go ahead and take a trip up to New Hampshire and Vermont to do some prospecting up there. They still got some gold up in there. And then in late September and early October, I've got 3 weeks. I'm going to Arizona, and from Arizona, I'm supposed to hook up with Andy and Amy from Andy and Amy's Arizona Adventures and go to the Uhwarrie River in Northern California. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting here, I'm watching this, and I have a piece of gold right up the top of this in this ripple here. First ripple the water hits, it's got a piece of gold. It's a nice flake stuck in it. And this is washing that stuff out and retaining the black sand just like I expected. I don't think I want to increase the flow or anything right yet. I'm just going to go ahead and keep feeding it. It's doing an incredible job. We give a shout out to Ed, Flash in Your Pan, and the Flash in Your Pan crew, Top Cat, because he's always watching my videos and always making a comment. And for me to give a shout out to Todd at Top Cat Gold Prospecting, it's kind of silly, but he's a great guy. They're great people out there. And they'll help you out if you ever go to California. Another shout out to Wes and Tom at Hip V Prospecting. Shout out to Justin at Mad Hatter Prospecting. Hopefully we can get him to New England this year and get him a chance to go out there and actually dig for gold rather than buying bags all the time. I know it's something he's wanted to do for a long time, and he's got a lot of problems he has to overcome to make that happen. Give a shout out to Miss Laurel, who's a boon to the community. She's incredible. She has a great channel. And Pinger Prospecting. Pinger's awesome to hang out with. Pinger comes down, sometimes he just can't get down in there and dig, but he's heart and soul with the people there. And he just loves the thing, and he loves hanging out with the people. And he's awesome. Awesome guy. Herb at Modern Day Off-Gridders has a channel that's developing. He's got some good stuff on that channel. He's got some funny stuff, and he can show you what it's like to try to get out there and live away from a large part of civilization and entertain you while you're doing it. About two, and that's just to make sure you don't overload anything. Watch that stuff clean out of there. Doing a nice job. All that blonde stuff's gone from up top already. And I'm seeing golden riffles along with the black sand too. Might be more in here than I thought there was. Give a shout out to my son, Lester, also known as the Sasquatch, for going with me this time down to North Carolina and digging gold. And I believe he might be catching a beaver. So, that's a good thing. He plays in a band. He writes most of the music. He's an excellent musician. But everybody needs something they can go do outside, where there aren't a whole lot of people involved, and like doing good. And we're getting down to it here now, so I'm gonna get a little water in this pan. All this stuff to the bottom. Ooh, get a scoop, one more scoop out of it, maybe two. And we'll do this. There we go, that's cleaned out. Now we'll let the sluice run for a few minutes. I know it's doing its job. And I have a catch pan right here at the end. And up all the way down to here, all I'm seeing is black sand and gold up top. So just run a few more minutes. Then we'll take it over here, take the mat out, take it over here and do a gold hull clean out on the mats. And this is late at night for me. I'm worked 3 to 11, so. Figure out how to get this done. Maybe at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm seeing gold in there. What I'm going to do is turn this down just a little bit. And it's just running. Just like that. Bring you over here and see if you can spot this gold. Gold on that side right over here. Right in that ripple. Go up underneath. And you can see all that blonde stuff gone. All of it right there in that last ripple there. So I'm just about to go ahead and clean this out. And we'll bring it over here and clean out the mats in that bucket. And for now, we're done with this. So, turn it off. And I'll figure out how to set you up so you can watch me over there. This place is crowded with prospecting equipment, as you can see. My dredge hoses and nozzle and all that. And let me see if I can set you up here, so maybe you can see what I'm doing over there. Well, first maybe I'll show you up top here. Yeah, show you up top here. Do this from up top first, and then I'll set you down there. Take the header off. If you're not careful with that header, it'll if you like set it down here or something, it'll just siphon the water right out of that tank just with natural action, and you'll have your whole floor flooded with water. So step one, don't do. See, I learned all about the don't do things first, but everybody already knows that. Anyhow, get this to the point where I can pan it out. And what you do with a Gold Hog product is you tilt it, let the water run out. Not a lot, just a little. Okay. Take it and you tilt it as you pull it out. There we go. I'm just going to set this right here until I spin you around. I'm going to take my clean out pan, the pan I'm going to pan this down with, and set it right here. Ooh. Set it right there. Rinse out this stuff into it. Whatever remains in the sluice. Some stuff got behind it, behind the mats. Okay, I'll set this over here. A little bit of stuff got behind the mats. Looks like mostly that float sand to me. Actually might be a speck or two in there. There is. Okay, so I'll suck that up with a snuffer. Barely worth mentioning. But it is your Uhwarrie gold, which is fine, most of it. Uhwarrie is in North Carolina. Spent the weekend down there with my son, prospecting with Benzo Bonanza and JP Lawns and more, Penger Prospecting. Paul Farmer, who wasn't hanging out exactly with us most of the day, but he was down there towards the end, and he's a heck of a prospector, that guy. And Herb from Modern Day Off Gritters. So I'll spin this back one more time just to make sure. Chances are you wouldn't even have seen this stuff, so it's very small. So anyhow, there you go. I'm satisfied with that. Put it in the black sand bucket. Rinse it out. I'll pan that stuff there too, but I'm going to go ahead and do this clean out first and show you. Like I said, I set you up over here so you can watch this. Watch me clean out these Gold Hog mats. Touch you down a little bit. And I'll probably move you one more time after we get that part done. Okay, so got a clean bucket of water here. We'll take this and we'll set it in there, and we'll turn it backwards as we tilt it down. Twist it so it all goes in. There you go. Splash it around a little. Then you do the reverse roll to open up the riffles. Flip it over and do the same thing. And those mats are clean. So, got a lot of material I have to run before winter's over. And winter's dying, so I have to make sure I get to it. Now I'll pour some of this water off. I'll be using some of it when I run the blue bowl. Pour some of this in here. Okay. Now I'll turn you and bring you a little closer. Tilt you down a little bit. I'll move this over here. Now, that's what I got out of that pan full of concentrates. Right there. Put that in this black pan here, pan down. That's it. Now, gotta get the snuffer over here. Snuffer trying to tell me something. Carefully pan it. Stratify it. I'm panning in the small riffles, which I know you don't see me do that very often, but I'm already seeing a bunch of gold in here. There's a bunch of gold in here. These black pans, the gold, for some reason, it sticks to the pan. I don't know why it does it, but it does it. Don't get yourself in a hurry. Get rid of what remains of that blonde sand. You start to move black sand, you slow down. Each time you stratify, you bring what remains of the blonde sand to the top. You might be able to see that. Alright. You can change the angle that you're washing it out so that you can see what's going over the rim. And I usually wash it right there on the edge of the ripples. All the stuff that's in this basement here will go through that sluice one more time, be classified down to minus 60, and then run through my blue bowl. So I saw Andy and Amy did a blue bowl video, and I really haven't had a chance to watch it between my trip to North Carolina and work and everything else. Just haven't had a chance to watch it, but I'll be watching it soon. And I'll show you my setup of my blue bowl and the whole 9 yards when I go to run it. I'm seeing gold all over this pan. I'll show that to you before I snuffer it up. You see gold starting getting close to the top there. Bring it back and re-stratify. As you're panning in something like this, you create waves. Make sure they don't take control of your gold. Now we have upstairs Lester snuffer dump, my snuffer dump from Uhwarrie this time around. And they're pretty decent. But I'm beginning to think that there's as much in this as there is in either one of our snuffer dumps. And Lester found a picker down there, which has become famous. Beginner's luck, I guess. I don't know what else you would call it. Okay, I figure I can spin that back. Get control of this. Oh, there's a bunch of gold in there. Bunch of gold back here. I think these pans are 3D printed. I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing. Anyhow, we got all that material down the bottom here. So let's see what happens. I got a feeling there's gold in here that's very fine. Paul Farmer, one of the guys we were working with down there, he was running his Angus McKirk down there, and he was getting some really fine gold. He said, like he was saying, he didn't even know it was gold until he cleaned it right down and bumped it, and it came right up to the top of the pan. Real small, fine stuff. And I'm guessing that wherever there's gold, you're going to find something like that. So there's certainly fine stuff in this, and it's trying to float on me too. So I should have brought my jet dry down. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it or not. Piece there. It cleaned it all out and won't have none in my blue bowl, so I'm gonna have to just kind of accept what I get out of this sometimes. There's no use in running the blue bowl for hours and hours unless you get something out of it. The blue bowl does take time. And I thought about a miller table, but I have too much prospecting gear already. So you've been at it for a few years, you accumulate some gear. I've been at it for quite a few years now. So the motion of the ocean along here a little bit. Bump this. bit too much water. I'm trying to float. Lots of tiny stuff. There's some bigger stuff in here too. Okay, so I'll bump it to the side here, and a lot of the gold goes that way. And that helps you clean it out of the black sands too when you get down this far. A couple little ones just want to keep floating. Scatter around a little bit. Dump it. Let's see if I can keep this down here where you can watch me. If you see a piece trying to roll down or float down, push it back up. Nobody's perfect. And I clean this stuff pretty good myself, so.
I promised Benzo the last time I was down in Uhwarrie that I was going to make him up a bag of Pennsylvania gold and include some of the stuff from around here in it, because he's really interested in geology, and he's a rock hound too. And I hooked him up pretty good. So anyway, Benzo told me that he's going to work that this coming Wednesday. He's going to do a video working that bucket that I gave him. And he'll do a video of that. And I think it's going to be very interesting for anybody. So, just want to let you know. And I'm doing this, and I'm going to do a weigh-up of the Uhwarrie, all the Uhwarrie stuff, probably Wednesday night too. It's going to be after I'm done work, which means it'll be in early morning hours. But, yeah. There's some interesting shows coming up. Interesting videos coming up for everybody. So, I want to give a shout out to GS Prospecting. He won my 100 subscriber giveaway. Jason is always participating in the community. He's always helping somebody out. He's a good guy. So, he's been winning a lot of stuff lately. But that's because he participates so much, which is a good thing. I mean, honestly, I can't do that all the time. I don't know if it's even in my makeup to do that all the time. I try to watch all the channels that I'm subscribed to. I ain't hardly got time to do that. So, one thing about it, you will see me out there prospecting somewhere, even if it's just here in Pennsylvania. But I'm guaranteed you're going to see me in some other states here this coming throughout the year. And I've got this just about cleaned up. I'm going to show it to you in the camera. And I'm going to snuffer it up with a snuffer bottle. And I'm walking the gold away from the remaining black sand up there. You can see me doing it. See that? Just walk it away from the black sand. And rinse it again. You bump it again. And bump it back this way a little bit. I got it just about all cleaned out of there. It's in a piece washed down. Nothing like that. It's a bigger piece. It's a flake. So anyhow, probably a couple of them flavors went down there, but that's what I got a blue bowl for. So. Okay, so there you go. There's that gold cleaned up. Nice little smile up in there. Nice, very, very fine gold. Let me see if I'm looking at it. Yeah. Okay. Get close up. Hold it with the hand that don't shake so much. Nice little cleanup. So I'll snuffer that up. And then, like I said, Wednesday I'll be doing a weigh-up of the Uhwarrie cake this time, including the Sasquatch's picker, and do a video on that. And until then, here's a little close-up. A little close-up of that shiny. Okay. And until then, I will see you the next time I see you.